Hello everyone, welcome back to another Streetlights vlog. I have a random force of motivation to walk around and get more streetlight footage. Even though I'm pretty much already documented everything that's in this area. This neighborhood. It'd be fun to document more. Yeah. Featuring flashlight. So, yeah. See, I don't know how many pause points. Putting this on my arm. This car. I don't know how many pause points I'm gonna add. Because, I kind of feel like just talking away. I don't know, I just need something to talk about. So, yeah, neighbors, high pressure sodium. Neighbors, mercury vapor, 175 watt. I'm gonna walk down this way. Don't always go down this direction. Mostly because the lights are more spaced out down here. So I gotta travel further. But, yeah. Y'all can probably barely see anything. For some reason that light's orange on camera, but that's the tail lights of a car. There's a car coming. I'm turning on my flashlight, so I'm not completely invisible. Maybe I'm gonna turn it off. I actually do want to be invisible. Because the person in the car, I think they were trying to talk to me. But, yeah. See, people are uploading. My phone might die during this, because my phone's at 36%. Usually I'd be charging it and keep it around 100, but today I haven't had time to charge my phone. Was at a festival today with old vehicles like tractors, industrial farm stuff. Walking the road a little again because it's kind of hard to walk through the grass because they don't know it. I'm not gonna turn my camera because there's a family over there. But in their yard, they got a bucket light. It doesn't work anymore. And they also got an LED down there. There's also another LED. But, yeah. Fun fact: that light you see in the center of the screen is actually no, it's LED now. It used to be mercury vapor. And there comes a car. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to get distance away. Or was the LED, which I forgot what it replaced. I'm gonna say mercury vapor, because the original system from late 80s, early 90s of this neighborhood was mercury vapor. And speaking of mercury vapor, there you go. Here's a close-up of mercury vapor. Actually zoom into it. But yeah, it's just a standard Cooper RMA 175. In fact, this thing's probably Westinghouse because of its age. Because it was Westinghouse until it became Cooper. Well, Westinghouse can one of the few. I don't know. All I know is they both use the RMA bucket lights. Why was he driving so fast? Over there on that pole. I'm not gonna turn my flashlight on because that'd be weird. Because it's too far away from the road to. Okay. There's a high pressure sodium bucket light that has now gone out. But yeah, and there's a mercury vapor down there. That one day burns. I have a photo from nearly a year ago. Soon to be a year ago. Still day burning. It's been day burning for a couple of years now. Check for my messages because I kind of left the house unannounced. Already 6 minutes in. Wow. Yeah, I left the house unannounced. I just randomly was outside looking at my 3/4 scale. Well, it's not technically mine. The model is SVP Siren, guys, but of course I printed it. It's 3/4 scale Fedocode Model 2. I was just outside looking at it. And yeah. Here we're getting towards more interesting stuff. I'm actually walking down pretty far this time. Not sure how far I'm gonna walk, but I'm walking quite a distance. Got a couple of good bucket lights coming up. Here's just an LED, you know how LED is. Over there we got a high pressure sodium. Lights up the entire. I want to see if there's a way I can adjust the camera, because it's only showing the LED. It's pretty accurate to the LED. It makes the high pressure sodium look dim. Like if I'm like, there's more than half of the yard. High pressure sodium is a lot more brighter than making it look. Could also because I'm at a distance. You know, I'm really curious how many people actually watch these full videos. Because I kind of just make these to, you know, just not feel alone while I'm going on walks and looking at street lighting. As you know, I'm not sure if that's a bucket light. I'm trying to get back in the street lights. That's why I've been out of nowhere making these videos again. I remember I started making these videos because I had inspiration from an old friend. Currently Liminal Advanced Collectibles, I think. I don't know. Actually, no. This was on a different channel. Mosquito Truck King. I knew him as a friend from Fire Alarms. He used to go out on vlogs, and kind of still does, where he'd go all over the place in his area and vlog mosquito trucks. And he pretty much did this all alone most of the time. And seeing that gave me inspiration. I was like, you know, what if I did this built for streetlights? Because there's not enough streetlight people in this community, let alone, well, they turn on their brights. There's not many people that would be willing to go out on vlogs. If anyone's watching this, up to this point, in fact. Just waiting for the car to get by. If you can, I'd like to see streetlight vlogs from any of you. Doesn't matter if you're newer or been here. I'm like, it'd be interesting to see more streetlight vlogs. Because as far as I know, I'm the only one who's been doing this. Honestly, I have this weird idea, like, it's not an idea, but like, I have a weird feeling that like, for some reason it's more fun to see streetlights out in the wild than own them. I already own a pretty good collection of bucket lights. Haven't got a Cobra head yet, but it's more cooler to see them in the wild. There's an LED over there. And there's that other one. Camera still doesn't want to show. Haven't really had to use a flashlight yet. Oh, I'm at the end of my road now. Dang, I'm really far away from home. Alright. Yeah, I'll probably make this a full 20-minute long video. I don't really care. There we got another high pressure sodium. The other white light next to it is a floodlight. Another house next to it is more house lights. And there in the center of the screen is an LED. And yeah. Well, gotten pretty far away from home. So I think it'd be best of idea to walk back now. This is the farthest I've walked in a straight walk. There's a mercury vapor over there in the center of the screen. Haven't walked this far yet in a straight light vlog. And yeah, I'm gonna walk back now. There's a car coming. Because, you know, far away from home. I left unannounced. Just felt like going on a walk, because, you know, it'd be fun. I like doing these vlogs at night because, of course, you see the street lights in action. Technically, in this area, these are not street lights. These are just regular yard lights. Or area lights, I should say. Because some people have them and they're not even used for a yard. Great about walking back is I can use this road. Realize my camera can't see. Wow, this looks like a horror video game right now. You know, this is the direction you should be coming, so at least I could see the car coming. Shouldn't be walking the road, but I'm just gonna walk until I hear a car. And the camera can't see any of this. This is what I find interesting about cameras. They can't really see the things that I can see. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, disregard anything I'm saying in these videos. It's just, you know, kind of needed to talk away. And I felt like going on a walk. And yeah. Don't really have anything else to say. Guess I'll just, since I need to talk away onto the way back, guess I'll just talk about the way I got in the lighting. Because why not? Some people might be curious about it. The way I got in the lighting was actually by street lighting. All my life, I've always seen bucket lights to look really interesting, and I still think they do. I don't know, there's just something about them. Bucket lights have always looked really interesting with the way that, you know, they have a cool shaped refractor. They got that reflector design that most generic ones have. Why are they honking their horn on their own yard? It's real interesting, if you ask me. There's another car coming, so I'm gonna pause talking. Okay, they're turning away. We got into street lighting, of course, you know that. But it wasn't really getting me into it. Just all my life I've been aware of lighting. Finding bucket lights to look interesting. Because I always had one across the road from my first house growing up with. And it never worked. Well, every other one worked. It was a high pressure sodium 100 watt Cooper RMA. Or Westinghouse. I'm not sure what years it's from, but I only know it's an RMA style bucket light. It's an RMA because of the igniter design. Because American Electric ones are different. Also, socket design gives it away. It never worked. It was just really interesting how it looked too. And then I started really getting into lighting. Somewhere around 2023. Late 2023. It was actually mid 2023. It kind of started around like whenever someone I knew, it was in the fire alarms, but he uploaded a video about his parking lot light. It was a metal halide one. I think it was 175 watt. It was a Hubel one from 1979, shoebox style. I saw that video. I was like, this is really cool. And then I installed a floodlight. That same day, I installed a floodlight on my old shed. That's been gone for a few years now. But yeah, I didn't really pay attention to lighting that much since then, that time. And then it really sparked around early January. I think it was January 3rd or 6th. One of those days. Somewhere around there. January around that time, 2024. I had gotten my first street light or bucket light. I'm going to refer to it as bucket light. It was a Regent NH124M, 175 watt mercury vapor. So, you know, it's a residential bucket light. So I'm just going to refer to it as bucket light rather than street light. But yeah, I saved it out of a lake. Yes, it fell in a lake. The ballast could not be recycled. I still have it. I can show it real quick whenever I get back. And yeah, of course it didn't work, but I still had the bulb. I had the bulb for that thing, and I still have it to this day, and it works. But yeah, I remember I got it, and I restored it. And it broke since then during the restoration. And now it's just an empty bucket light that's pretty broken. But I do have a brand new Regent to make up for it. But yeah, I still hold on to it because, you know, it's good to have for parts. And it was my first bucket light. You can never see my house from here. Ooh, I wish the camera could see, because you see the entire yard lit up by the high pressure sodium and LED floodlights. Oh, mercury vapor. The neighbor. But yeah, since early 2024 January, I was really into street lighting because, you know, I got my first one. So I could finally understand and look around at street lighting, the lights I've always seen all that time. Well, that car really had me tricked that they were coming this way. And I was really obsessed with it. And I learned a lot about street lights. I was really into all lighting at one point, but I mostly stayed around street lights because, you know, that's what I always found interesting. And yeah. Then I started taking a break from the hobby around, like, I wasn't really into lighting as much around November 2024. By that point, I had learned a lot about lighting. But I started really taking a break from the hobby. It wasn't really intriguing me the same way that it always had. For instance, trying to think right now. At the time, I was getting back into one of my old hobbies of player pianos, pipe organs, which I'm still currently in that phase. as well as sirens right now. But around that time, that's what I started getting into. And school started getting difficult around that time too. So, yeah. But around that time, like, since then, I haven't been able to really visit places. And around that time, I was my mom's house. She moved and moved away from the place with the city with all the Cobra heads. If you remember that time, where there's the MT50R2s, the American Electric 115, Cooper bucket lights next to the Cobra heads, and Autobahn LEDs, like the good ones, the single diode ones. And that was the fun times. Wish I could go there again and record stuff again. I didn't get to record all the Cobra heads there. But yeah. What else is there to talk about? But I really started taking it a toll, and then all of a sudden, here around August, I started watching some of my old videos again on this channel, and I found it real interesting that what I used to do. Like, I was really intrigued by the things I used to do, like recording streetlights and stuff, doing streetlight vlogs. I remember how fun these were to do. Yeah, I'm glad I'm finally doing them again. But yeah, pretty much on my mailbox now. I do feel like walking more, but left felt, but yeah. And then around August, of course, found it interesting watching my old videos and stuff, and sparked the interest again. And I'm currently still trying to get back in the lighting. I'm not like super focused on it, like it's everything. I'm still mostly focused on the sirens, because I'm actually really glad I'm in the sirens again. But yeah, walking up in this driveway now. But yeah, that's pretty much my story of street lighting. Accomplishments during into street lighting. I got a lot of street lights. Well, not a lot, but a pretty good small collection of bucket lights and bucket light parts. And I even managed to get a whole 1,000-watt metal halide pole start parking lot light. And I still find that to be really interesting. I don't have it here because, it's a huge parking lot light. So I have it at a different place right now. But yeah. And I also got to document more M1000s, General Electric M1000 streetlights. They're pretty rare. And I got to document one of the rarest ones, which I'll get into in a second. But Pensacola is a old city. Well, pretty industrial city, let's just say. And yeah, first time I documented M1000 was in a parking lot where they had a whole bunch of clamshells and 2 thinned General Electric M1000s. Now, if you don't know anything about streetlights, the thinned ones are very rare because they had a small production. They were only around 1958 or 59 through 1963, if I'm not mistaken. And what's up? But yeah, those were the first ones I documented. And then from then on, I was just documenting regular M1000s. But those were some achievements. And we're back here in the shed. And here's the ballast of the old Regent that I talked about like 10 minutes ago. Not savable. But still nice to have it. It's an example of what the newer ballast look like. Because currently, I forgot if the Regent I recently got was either a newer or older ballast, 80s ballast or 90s ballast, however you want to word it. But yeah. And there you have it. There's my streetlight walk. Currently in the shed. Real quick, I can show some lighting. The only thing I have to show is that that flash that went out, and I need to kind of do something about it. Yeah. There you have it. Hope you guys like it. Let me know if you watched the whole thing, because I'm actually curious how many people watch the full things and, actually enjoy it. But yeah, there you have it. Have a good day, and stay tuned for more. 25 minutes is crazy.